How long you been modeling?
Yeah, about a decade, I want to
Decade.
say. Yeah.
A decade.
I wish I could give you the start, but I have like the date of my first ever shoot, which was about 10 years ago.
Okay.
Now, yeah.
So let's run by that real quick. How did you get into photography?
Yeah, it
or
was
not
a-
photography, but how did you get into modeling?
Yeah, of course. It was an accident, actually. One of my best friends growing up, she wanted to pursue photography. And we were still friends, and I'm probably like, I don't know how old. I mean, I was in my 20s, like early 20s, and she just wanted to play around with her camera. So she invited me, and she's like, hey, I just want to, practice taking like some senior style photos. She's like, wear what you want, just come on down and we'll have some fun with the camera. And we were just walking around these gravel roads taking photos, and she posted the photos to a Kansas City photography webpage, and I've been getting booked ever since.
Okay.
Yeah, and I kind of want to chalk that up like right place, right time, right people, because it just ended up blowing up.
Are you originally from Kansas City?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you said this was what, senior photos? Mm-hmm. Been doing it for about 10 years. Would you say you in love with modeling?
Oh yeah, I love it. I mean, just from a human nature aspect of it, because part of the experience of being a human is putting on a mask, and I feel like you get to do that a lot with modeling, like drop whatever your problems are, because you just get to develop this new person that, like, if you're lucky enough to get your makeup and your hair done and like put on a new outfit, like it's no longer me anymore. I just get to play around with this persona and have fun with it.
What's your favorite thing about it?
My favorite thing about modeling, it's challenging at some times. Like there are times where like they just want the same thing from you, but for me, it's also the fact that I am considered different in the community, like not the same body standard. I don't have the same facial structures, like broad shoulders, big old hips. Like I'm tall, I got red hair. Like that's kind of what makes me different. So putting me into something that everybody else has is what's really fun, because I can still like give something different to what everybody else has seen. So I really like that. I mean, to adapt on what Lucrezia said, it's very much so adapted on that. I really like the what people want to do that's different, they come to me as well. So like, you have your standard photo shoots. Like you have just like the basic fashion, you have a basic variety of everything, but like when somebody wants to get creative, because I love that so much, like let's do something weird, let's do something different. I feel like I strive with those kind of concepts because I don't care. Like I just have fun with it. Like I don't really have a standard of how I want to look or how I need to look. And I just want to give them something special because that's what they wanted to do in the first place. And it's an honor just to be considered for something like a different project that nobody else has seen. Like that stuff I really enjoy. Being crazy, being weird.
I would say one of the things about you that stood out to me, like instantly, and even to this day, most people want to mention or big up the next person's work, but some of your work from other photographers, I think I expressed this to you before, I feel like your poses are so, I won't even say unique, but you nail your poses so well to where I feel like every photographer you bring out the best in them. Maybe they just really great photographers, and a lot of them are, but I feel like you offer something different to each one, and you mesh well with. You seem like a people person, so you mesh well. You bring out the best of that photographer. So I think I asked before when we first shot together, where did you get your posing from? And I'm still surprised by that answer. Maybe I was sleepy that day, so maybe you didn't say what I thought you said. But I would ask again, where did you get your posing from?
No one. I'm going to be 100% honest.
That's the part that's hard to believe.
That was the hardest part, to just because I had to figure this out for myself, Because you don't see someone like me on a runway. Like, where's the inspiration photos for someone like me? There's not. So the fact that I chalk it up to just people wanting to try something new with me, because that's how I learned. I got to see all the photos and I didn't really have any boundaries because like I had a standard that I couldn't look up to, you know what I mean? So I'm like, it's on me to make that template now. And I leaned into that. So I was like, whatever makes me different from these photos, I'll attempt it, but it's still gonna look different on me because none of the inspiration is like me. So a part of that was just doing whatever the photographer wanted to do, or just I take critique a lot, like at first, because like I'll give them a pose and I'm just like, okay, critique it. What needs to evolve from here? And obviously critiquing myself in the photos more, because I'm just like, this would have been cool if I did something different like this, and then I'll remember it for later, and just like, it doesn't matter what movement it is, like I'm gonna make it work. And that's also what I had to learn.
What, like, I guess, and I want to know, like, what's going on in your head when you modeling? And not to keep harping on your poses, but like your facial expressions, it always seems like a story. That's what I mean by when you give something different to every photographer. Like the ones that, so many photos on your page where I just felt like they're taken out of a magazine or could be put in a magazine. Like the ones where you have like the bridal wear on and a cowgirl hat, or out in the sand dunes or whatever it's called. But your face, it's not a resting face. It's storytelling. Your eyes and your expression is very captivating, and it's just so hard to believe. Like you just start doing it. Like, so I guess now I want to know, like, what's going on in your head? Like, are you looking at inspiration the night beforehand, or are you watching videos, or is it a certain thought that's going on?
Not at all. I wish I could tell you that there is, but I do chalk that up a lot to the mask. That
Okay.
like, because the end look, it's a new persona.
Okay.
So I don't want to give the same every time.
That's the answer. So I guess if somebody was asking that's into modeling, they're like, hey, so pretend you got a mask on. And that's funny that you say that, because I remember watching a YouTube video a long time ago, years ago. A photographer was like, he tell his models to give them, for expression he would name a certain movie scene or an actress. And he would tell them, let's see, Viola Davis, and what's a recent movie she played in, or something like that.
Yeah.
And as soon as you say that, it's like instant boom, or a male actor, something like that. And I'm like, oh, okay, so it's putting on the mask. I'm glad you said that, because when I used to use that, it helped a little bit, but for some reason I stopped using it. I forgot all about it. So yeah, that's dope. Yeah. That's dope.
I mean, there are times when like I'm clueless,
Yeah.
because there's something you have to learn, like, but like as a model, it's not my job to just do what I only want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm not doing my job as a model if I just feel insecure the entire time. It's not about that. Yeah. You have to bring something different. You can't bring the same thing every time. Like you have to be different. That's your job.
What advice would you give to a photographer, new or experienced, probably not experienced, but new, or that's not too comfortable with giving direction, or doesn't know how to give direction? Because a lot of models do look for the photographer to pose them or tell them what to do. And I found that very challenging in the beginning, because it's like, a lot of photographers like working with someone that's comfortable in front of the camera and already know their poses, but it's not wrong for a model to want some direction, because it should be a team effort. So what advice would you give to a photographer that's struggling in that specific area? Because I found that an area that I still struggle in to this day too, especially if it's a model that's on 80% of direction. And I'm like, dang, like, okay. So it's like, what advice would you give to the photographers? Like,
for a photographer, I feel like that's very situationally based. I mean, it all depends on your model too, like how comfortable they are. If they're not comfortable in front of the camera, obviously that's going to pose a lot more challenges for you, because they're not going to be open to looking like how they're not supposed to, or how they don't want to see themselves. Especially if it's just like putting a leg in a different spot, like that's going to make them uncomfortable. I feel like setting the energy for the shoot is really important as well, because I mean, you can be very receptive. Like this is a very like intimate, fun moment between you. It's like a connection, because you guys are both creating something together. You're both making part of this really beautiful picture, and you have something in mind. I may have something different, and I obviously can't see what you're seeing behind the camera. I would just set the tone to be creative. Like don't start off standoffish, you know, like have lots of energy, and like give the model, not her or him, but give them more confidence, and just be like, what you're doing is awesome. Like, I love this, like adapt on that. Be like, stay there, move, like you can be excited for them. Like don't just give her like if you put, the doubt in her head, like, and I'm in front of the camera, I'm just like, oh, you didn't like that, I'm never gonna do that again. You know what I mean? Because like, and also accept everything as the photographer. Like if they are not you never know if they're not sure about a pose. Like if I'm giving you something different, it's different to me, but you don't know that. And again, it's not on you to make it work, but just be like, that's cool. You know what I mean? Like whatever they give you, just be really receptive to it and just adapt on that. So like if they're comfortable in this one position, just be like, stay right there, but just move this, and then they'll get, you know, you're setting the vibe, you're loosening them up. You know?
So it's more vibe, situational.
It is, and I'm very receptive to how you respond to the photos. You know what I mean? Because like I can tell, just from where I am, just be like, okay, well he didn't like that. Because like just be aware that we are also receptive to.
And I feel that sometimes because sometimes when I try not, I guess, when there's silence, and a lot of times when I'm figuring out my camera, it's not that. It's like you facing two battles because I don't want the model to think that I'm not liking the poses, or sometimes the model will be like, is everything good? It's like they think something's wrong with the photo shoot, and it's not that. It may be more than likely it's my lighting, or something's funny's going on with the camera. And like I said before, that's embarrassing whenever it seems like you don't know what you're doing, and the model's like, okay, this guy don't know what he's doing. He's been fidgeting with the camera forever. Now I hate when that happens. So, well, I guess I want to ask this too. I want to get too off topic, but like, have you ever considered like being on set and helping pose and stuff?
I have actually, yeah. That same photographer that got me started, I pose boudoir models for her. She runs classes, and so she'll do like mini marathons, and I'll just be there and I'll help pose the girl.
Yeah.
And it does something dramatic with the confidence of that person, because they're not used to being in front of a camera, but that's also part of my job is setting the tone.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like hyping them up, egging them on. I'm like, you look perfect, like keeping the energy high, because you don't want that insecurity to sneak in there. It's hard to get it out once it's there, you know? Like the doubt. You don't ever want that in a moment when they're obviously exposed in this state. You just have to keep the energy high, give them reassure, confidence, you know what I mean? Because it's easy to lose. And you don't want to ever doubt that they're doing a bad job. I'm just there to help, you know what I mean? But you obviously control the room when you have done that. Like you have to, and I tell them at first, like, don't take offense. I'm just helping you. I want to make you feel beautiful right now. What you're doing is perfect. We just see it from a different light. So like you can't see the camera for a reason. So like I want you to feel good about what's on that camera. I'm helping you do that.
Now to piggyback off of what you were saying, you know, don't get offended by what I'm saying. That's part of the problem, I think, because people feel like if I give a suggestion or if I offer something different, oh, they're criticizing me. It means I did something wrong. Whether when it comes to photo shoot, modeling, makeup, the angles of the picture, of the light, is just a different way of looking at the same thing. So it's a suggestion to try to do something different that you may have not thought about, rather than I'm correcting what you're doing.
Right.
Right?
Absolutely.
But people that can receive that, they are very confident in what they do already. So they know you carry yourself with a lot of confidence. That's never snobbish. That's what I really like about you, working with you. You're very friendly in your approach, even though you bring a high level of professionalism to the shoot.
Thank you.
I'm here. I know what I'm doing. I'm gonna give it to you. You know, I'm gonna do. But at the same time, I'm also very approachable and friendly.
Right. Well, and it also tells a lot about the model, how coachable they are. Like you want somebody who's going to be open to new stuff and new ideas. Like you stick to the same thing every time, you're going to get the same photo every time. You want someone who's going to take your ideas into consideration as well. So like, yeah, I'm uncomfortable in this position, but it doesn't matter because it looks different. Like it doesn't matter how I think about it in the moment. So like you want to work with more people like that in the first place. Like you don't want to work with somebody who be like, no, I don't want to do that. It makes me uncomfortable. Like, but from your standpoint, this is the picture you're trying to get and capture. And that's on me to make as a model. Like somebody who's uncomfortable in front of a camera is just obviously not gonna be the goal for the majority of what your project is, especially as an artist. Like you have to work with that person. It's on me to work with you as well.